You know what I noticed? I have like the last couple commissions I've done, they've all been snowy environment commissions. So I have a lot of those. I think it's because I took a lot of commissions in like late spring, and I think I was advertising a lot of like snowy pictures. I just ended up getting a lot of snowy wolf commissions. Hello, what's up, Kevin? I'm really excited for this one. Um, this is the second commissioned lo-fi wolf I've made. If you hear sounds in the background, it's because I have kittens in my house and they're just in their rambunctious, playful stage right now. But anyway, I'm really excited for this commission because there's going to be like a fire right here, and the snow is going to be falling down. And I think I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna like animate the whole tree to sway or just like the branches to sway, and it's just going to be really, really cozy. And I have a couple lo-fi songs already picked out, and I think I'm going to post another like hour-long video for this one. It's just going to be like an ambient lo-fi video of this person's character, and I'm really happy with how cozy this is looking. Just living, enjoying seeing some art today. Yeah, yeah. It's been a little bit since I've done a stream. It's been probably like 2 weeks since I've done my last stream. Trying to stay on top of it. I'm gonna make myself a little bit more available with streams. What I need to do is also, my other side, I need to pull up a little reference photo. It's always good to have a reference photo. Even if you're pretty confident in what you're drawing, your imagination will never be as vivid as the real thing. There's always a margin of error in your imagination. It's always good to just have a little reference, just to make sure. By Young Wolf, I never know how to reply to your comments. You could just call me Skylar. But don't worry about not popping up the moment I start a stream. I've only been streaming for like 40 seconds. You were so fun. What I had done originally when I was drawing this tree, I put a texture brush over it that has like, it's literally like a bark texture brush. But I do think if I only use like the texture brush, it actually makes it look kind of flat. So I'm going back and I'm trying to actually like make sure that there's a nice transition between like the highlights of the bark. That way so it looks a little bit more three-dimensional. Oops. I probably will go back with that texture brush again though, just to give it some more texture. But I just want to quickly establish give it a little bit more of a three-dimensional look. Ham speed. I lurk for live streams and artsy things. Yas. I almost streamed yesterday, but I stopped myself because, well, By the time I was ready to stream, it was like really late at night. I was like, I better not do it. I prefer streaming in either like late morning or sometimes early evening. I will do a late night stream every now and again, but I think I'm a little bit more bushy-tailed and lively between those hours. Do, 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 do. Another thing I want to look at, I'm going to go through my pins real quick. I'm looking at Pinterest. That's like the OG of finding references. But what I'm looking for is I want to find a nice, like, vivid tree to look at. I think that would do numbers for me right now. Just a minute. Pinterest did this thing that kind of like messed with their interface, and it's so annoying. It's like when I'm scrolling to like look on Pinterest, it's like half of my screen is just your saved ideas. Like this used to not be like this, but now it's like I'm looking on my desktop and half the screen is taken up by this crap. It's so annoying. It's fine once I click into something, once I'm like searching, but when I'm when I'm like trying to scroll through my own pins, it's just like a nightmare. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Good morning, Fajita. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll lock my layer, and to like quickly blend things, I'll just drag over it a little bit. There we go. Now I will make a... Hey, I figured out clipping mask, finally. Which is like literally one of the easiest things. But, I never knew how to do it until like very recently, which is kind of embarrassing. But you know what? That's alright. Irregular rectangles? Is that what I've been missing for years? Trees have been so hard, and it's just been irregular rectangles. Have I not paid attention to this? Trees are... I don't think they're hard, but they can be time consuming, and I do think it can be difficult to get the colors and the texture right. And what I'm trying to do with this is, like, I'm imagining this being like a pine tree. So I'm trying to, like, bring some three-dimension to... Actually, let me use an oil brush because this is going to blend a little bit better. I'm trying to make this a little bit more three-dimensional. So I'm layering, like, light colors on top of lighter colors. Or layering the lightest color on top of, like, I don't know, a gradual... Never mind. You can see what I'm doing. I hope it makes sense. And I can even go back with the dark colors. And I can make another clipping mask, and I have this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. This is my Bark Detail brush. And what I'm going to do is try to line up my detail. And Hello. That's a nice brush. Thank you. I bought this brush from someone on, I want to say it was Ko-Fi. It's hard to find brushes for Autodesk Sketchbook. I swear, there's literally like 2 artists that sell brushes. What type of content do you make? I make a lot of world building videos about the Wolves of Avalon, which is the high fantasy wolf story that I am currently writing. So if you scroll around on my playlist, I have a world building one, and I'm still need to do a lot of like updating for it because I used to have a lot of TikToks, but I used to make all my videos on my phone, so they're all in portrait and they're all like really poorly edited because I made them like literally like 2 or 3 years ago. So now I'm trying to like, with my channel, I'm remaking a lot of old world building videos, but in landscape and also just with better editing skills. True that. I struggled with trees so much before, and I just realized when I saw your tree here, it was spectacular. I've learned so much since I began painting it in real life, though. Yeah. What I actually found is, like, I actually do some traditional paintings myself. Not often, but I find that there is actually a pretty solid transfer of my skills as a digital illustrator to me actually traditionally painting. Like, I used to not really paint that much, but the few times I have since I've been doing digital art, I noticed a huge improvement in my ability to paint. Because, you know, I am making digital art right now, but the way that I'm using the brushes is pretty similar to how you would do it in a painting. Yeah. Does Autodesk have blending modes for layers? What do you mean by blending modes? You mean like overlays and multiply layers? Because yes, they do. I will actually be using a couple of those when I get a little bit further into the drawing. Whoa. Sorry, accidentally flipped my canvas. I recently tried implementing in my digital. Also, you know what? I feel like I should get off my cat's account. I should just be saying meow. You know, one thing I realized about this drawing, I'm gonna go ahead and merge these layers. One thing I noticed just now, that it's a good reason why you should be like zooming out of your drawing a lot, is because you might not realize if you are messing up the lighting. And I'm messing up the lighting pretty bad right now, because this tree, like, there's no reason for the entire part of it right here to be illuminated. Doesn't look right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a multiply mask, and I'm going to grab the color of the blue, and I'm just going to give this tree a little bit more texture. I think it already looks a lot better just with me adding a little shading layer. There we go. That looks a lot better. Yes, this is Autodesk Sketchbook. Oops. Okay. Let me do that again. We'll turn this into a multiply layer. So what I want is, I want the wolf and the trees to look like they're like illuminated from the fire. Right now, this wolf, this is like a character that I'm doing for a commission. Right now, this guy has like no shading on him whatsoever. It's just like a blank wolf. But I will be lighting him to actually look like he's interacting with the fire. I'm eventually, after I do the shading for this character, I'm probably going to merge all the layers for him, and I'm probably going to squeeze him like a little bit closer to this tree, because right now it looks like his tail's about to get on fire. And the reason why I'm not animating, the reason why I'm not drawing the fire is because I'm going to put a animated fire on top of this. So there's no reason for me to bother drawing a fire when I'm going to be have an animated one right here. Thank you, Fajita. Thank you. Love how I shade trees. Do. I still have to go back and add like a lot of snow texture on top of the bark, because this is a pine tree and they kind of have like a lot of like ridges and little like cliffs in their bark. So there's going to be a lot of spots for some snow to gather. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get all this right first. Let me pull up my reference again. We getting there. And thank you, how do I pronounce that? Toyaverse? Toyaverse. Sleeping Wolf. Fajita said, about all the people who watched your last video geeked out about the color assist stuff you teased. It's me, I'm people. Yes. I have those channels, they're just private right now. I am so stretched thin right now. I'm trying to figure out, like... Right now, like, I told myself today I'm going to finish this commission, or at least try to get it, like, 99% done. Because Shark Week is also coming out, and I already made the promise that I was going to make a really big video, and me and Eggsy have already done a lot of work on it. So I know, like, the rest of the month I'm going to be pretty much slammed to do that. And then my next goal is to do the Sabertooth. They're frost leopards. And I also am way overdue for the Starbringer video, but, you know, it's whatever. So, I'm like, I have so many projects going on. It seems right. It seems, like I need to have more help, especially if I'm trying to, like, do these really, really in-depth, not in-depth, but, like, it's a lot more immersive animations than I've been doing. So I definitely need some help, and I'm very happy to, let other people in on that. But I don't know exactly when I will be coming out with that. It's going to be as soon as I finish every single line art piece for my next animation, and I'm like halfway done with it. I have it all storyboarded. It's taking a while. And I realized. But I'm really excited for that to come out, because I think a lot of people will enjoy that too. I'm gonna lock my layer, and quick, easy way to get these colors to look a little bit more right is to just blend up and down. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want to lose all the shapes that you established. And that's on the wrong layer, so that's got to go away. Toya. Okay. Fajitas, I can't even imagine how much stuff you guys have going on behind the curtains. Most of us are happy. Happy waiting patiently because we know how cool this stuff is for us. Aw, thank you. I put so much pressure on myself. Me and Autumn have like this, we have like this inside joke that for every one thing we mark off the list, we add 3 more things to our list of priorities. And like that is so true because we were just going to open the merch or open the roleplay channels, but then like we thought of like doing the Merchants Guild, and it was no longer just like let's just make a trading post item that lets other people like set up shop to sell things in roleplay. It was no, let's make a new trading post bot that's specifically for the Merchants Guild so that they can actually have an interface and interact with it. And no, let's not just make it that. Let's also make illustrations to go along with every single item that people can purchase. No, let's not just do that. Let's also have a base that goes with it of interchangeable like items and things you can put on it. No, let's not just do that. Let's make it come out with the roleplay channels. No, let's not just do the roleplay channels. Let's have like an animal size chart for every single region of Avalon. And it was like, no, let's not just do that. Let's make it all super, super uniform and neat looking and have the maps cut out. And let's go through the map one by one by one by one for every single region and cut it out. Like, I'm saying all this because, like, that's just the way that, like, things develop is... I know that I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I think Autumn is the same way because, like, we often, like, we never just give like 50% on a project. Like it's like hands down 100% on absolutely everything. So things end up getting delayed and delayed and delayed because we keep adding to it or fixing things and making the graphics look better. And I know like the visuals aren't everything, but I do think like me and her both like feel a lot better coming out with something that we're both like really, really proud of and have spent a long time on. We were going to release the roleplay channels with the Merchants Guild, and have a couple things that I've very briefly mentioned, like go along with it. But it's so time consuming to do every single illustration for all the little niche things that we're adding. And also, I am a full time artist. I have commissions that I need to get done in a timely manner. And also, I have my YouTube videos, and editing takes forever. It takes a very, very long time to edit a video. With the Trading Post video that I just came out yesterday, that took me like 4 days to edit. Just nonstop on my computer, like all day long from like dusk to dawn. So, and that video wasn't even like that complicated in comparison to some other ones I've made in the past, or the ones that I'm currently working on. So, being an editor, doing things for the Discord, full-time artist, and then eventually I want to get back into the book. I haven't been able to do it because I don't feel like I can like comfortably start making progress back on the book until I come out with the Saber-Tooth Tigers. That needs to happen because like it's just going to be weighing on me the entire time. Not the Saber-Tooth Tigers, Frost Leopards. I keep misspeaking, my bad. Ooh, you know, I want to take some of the yellow from this guy. Oh my gosh. The new RP channels with all the information is so cool. No, clicked hard on this stuff for real. Yeah. I don't think anyone's actually roleplayed in there yet. But I know a lot of people have started like to modify like their character's lore, or even like I know like one of the mods is like brainstorming for making a new Saber-Tooth band kind of based on the information that came out. So that's good to see. I also like part of me thinks that the reason why people like aren't role playing yet is one, it's a lot of information to digest with all the new animals. But also, like, it is such a big server, and, like, I think it's a little intimidating to, like, RP in front of so many people. So, I know a lot of people go to private servers, That way, so they don't feel like they're being like, probably watched by people. So that's perfectly fine too. I am so fine with Avalon, or I am so fine with the Wolves of Avalon Discord server being like a checkpoint or like a crossroads for people to meet each other and find roleplay groups. Like, I'm okay if people like don't actually utilize the roleplay channels. I think the most important thing is that people have the information, like the canon information that's in a somewhat organized place for them to reference, and also a space for them to talk to other people and to interact with the community. But I know, like, for something like as intimate as like getting into your character and interacting with other people, like it would be kind of hard to like take it super seriously, uh, or to really like let yourself get in character, like when you're so aware of how many people are like in the server and could be watching your role play. So it's kind of a lot of pressure, and yeah, I think a lot of role play has been going on within the packs and bans. Oh, interesting. Like in the packs and bans channels. I must not be looking in the right place. This. This is the first I've been in since you left TikTok. Well, hello, welcome. I feel a lot better since leaving TikTok. I think I don't think that was the right platform for me. It was for a time, but I feel like TikTok was just like constantly rage baiting me. Like I just stayed angry on TikTok. It's a lot more. I'm enjoying YouTube a lot more. So slowly says, like a lot of packs and bands have separate servers with RP channels. Gotcha. That's what I was thinking. Good morning, peeps. Good morning. TikTok is literally just a rage bait platform. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's been that, but since like getting away from it, I like, kind of like took a breath and realized, oh my god, I did stay like pretty upset when I was on it. I'm so happy I deleted TikTok. Yeah. It is fun. Like I'm not gonna say like TikTok didn't have its positive moments. It's just like for me personally, and the way that my algorithm was starting to work, especially when like TikTok was transferred to like the US, like I don't know, there was like a whole thing. But my algorithm just kept me mad. There's too many people on TikTok who have to voice their opinion on everything when it was neither relevant, and it wasn't either relevant or nobody asked. Couldn't deal with the TOS update with all their tracking and stuff and the AI. It's just disgusting. Yeah, that was the nail in the coffin for me. I don't know really what's going on TikTok like today, but the nail in the coffin for me was when they rolled out that thing where they forced everyone's they subjected everyone's TikToks to be used for AI remix without the permission of the creators. Like it just happened overnight. Um, and there was a button to let you turn off that feature, and then they removed the button and forced you to go in one by one and turn it off for every single one. And I went to try to delete videos instead, thinking it'd be easier if I just started deleting videos instead of like going through one by one. And I realized they don't even have a feature that lets you easily like delete multiple videos at a time. It forces you to go through like an interface of clicking on 3 separate buttons for every single video. And I was like, this platform is so hostile to creators. They want you to just give up. Like they don't that whole thing, like I just realized that like TikTok was trying to force everyone into being subjected to AI by inconveniencing you so much that you just give up and you don't even think it's worth it to spend so much time trying to protect your stuff. When it could have been, it was just an easily available button that they removed because they were hoping that most people would just give up. And that to me was like, that was a nail in the coffin. I was like, absolutely not. Like, you cannot be this aggressive and conniving against the people who make your platform possible. So it was a buildup of a couple of things, but that was really like the biggest thing for me. Also because they didn't ask creators like if they could use their content for AI, and the button was already a feature that just popped up overnight. That means every single video that was on TikTok, anyone who had a creator account who had content, your stuff was already scrubbed for AI. My stuff is already scrubbed for AI on TikTok. And like no one in TikTok, or at least at the time I decided to leave, there had not been an official statement. They never described like they never actually explained like what exactly they were doing, except that immediately anyone and everyone could remix your content for AI generated stuff. And that means all the work to have put your stuff through AI had already been done because the feature was right there. You just had to click a button. Like, you didn't have to opt in or anything. It was already there. You could just click a button, take my stuff, and remix it right then and there before I even had the chance to decide if I even wanted TikTok to have this feature. And obviously not. I'm extremely, extremely adamantly against AI. I have been for a very long time. But that pissed me off. Oh my god. Sorry, that was, ugh. Anyway, I'm glad I got rid of it. And I know that like AI is a problem on every single platform, but I can't get rid of every single platform that I use for Wolves of Avalon. Like I'm not going to get rid of YouTube. I'm not going to get rid of Instagram. Yes, they allow AI. Yes, AI is scrubbed. It does get to a point to where like, okay, I will not be able to survive as an artist. I will not be able to advertise my commissions and my artistic products if I delete every single app that uses AI, because that's like 99% of them. And I know that there are alternatives that are like anti-AI, like I think Blue Sky is one of them. But unfortunately, Blue Sky is mostly, at least what I've seen, it looks like it's more populated by artists than by people who are actually interested in, than by like non-artists. And a lot of my clients are non-artists, and like I don't want to be advertising just to other artists, you know, like I want to actually reach clients who, you know, want to hire an artist when they themselves are not an artist. So like the solution is not me to just delete all my social media. Uh yeah. It's just, for me, TikTok really, really, really crossed the line. And I know the others have done similar things or somewhat similar things. Um but I don't think nothing has been to the extent of letting all other users have permission to remix your content. Sorry, that was a really long tangent. Hostile interfaces are the worst. It's like a lot of subscription services used to force you to call a helpline and cancel and just don't offer an easy way to cancel online. Ugh, yeah. We are in the subscription era and it's so annoying. Hello. Welcome. So as you go higher on the tree, um, oftentimes the bark will get like tighter knit and really close to the log. So I'm not going to put as much snow in between like the bark crevices up here. Also because it's going to be harder for the snow to like reach it. So I'm kind of like thinning out as I go up. Alright, I want a cup of coffee, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. And also, I need to go run a couple errands today. So thank you guys for joining. I might stream later. I'm not sure. I'm pretty close to finishing this. I might stream when I go to do the details of this wolf, like the lighting and the shadows. All right, thank you guys for joining.